And I'm Barbara, and we're at the New Hampshire Grass Drags today, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Lacey, you're Miss Auburn's outstanding teen, and you're watching the Astute.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is July 25th. I'm Jimmy, your Astute Tourist. Welcome to Tuesday morning Cup of Joe Live, the morning show where we get your motor started and we drink some coffee and get you ready for your work day. So thanks for joining us. Good morning to you guys. Let's start things right off the bat with a big sip of Joe. Good morning to everybody. Cheers. Best sip of the day. Right on. That's dandy. How is everybody doing? I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. We got people in the chat as we speak, and let's go right over. We're going to say good morning to Sharon Rowland. Good morning, Sharon. Good to see you. Shirley is here, and she's throwing us some glitter bombs, and the same to you, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Nick P is here. Good morning, Nick. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. John is here. Good morning, John. John Gaylor from the Gaylors. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for coming by. My mom is here. Good morning, Mom. I hope all is well with you. Let's see. Cheryl is here from Cruising is Fun Anytime. Hello. It's good to see you. Good morning. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Geez, it is July 25th already. Can you believe it? We are pushing towards the month of August. I can't believe how quickly the summer is going. Have you been having fun this summer? You been doing anything good? Traveling, spending time with family? What have you guys been doing? What's happening? Jeremy is here. Good morning, Jeremy. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Thanks for coming by. I'm glad you're in. Everybody is up early this morning. I appreciate that. The dogs, of course, they get me up every day at about 4:55. About 5 minutes, of course, that precious last 5 minutes of sleep before the alarm goes off, and the dogs, they stir and push on me and whatnot and get me up and about. But it is what it is. You have to get up. So, like I said, it is July 25th. It is Tuesday. Let's see, what do we got in store for the weather here in southern New Hampshire today? Last night we had rain. Go figure. We've had a couple sunny days, so I can't complain. The garden actually needed the water. We were running the sprinkler right before it started to pour, so is what it is. Right now it's currently 63 degrees, and it says it's sunny. The sun's coming up, that's for sure. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day today, so high is going to be about 85. I hope the weather is sunny and nice where you are, in your neck of the woods, as a famous weatherman used to say. Do you guys remember that guy? And now this is what it's like in your neck of the woods. That was good old Willard, right? Was it Willard Scott? No, it was the other guy. What's his name? Can't think of his. The little short guy. Paul S. Vines is here. Good morning, Paul, from PSV Odyssey. Appreciate all you do, my friend. Thank you for joining us this morning. It was Willard, right? Was it Willard or was it the other guy? The guy that came after him. What is his name? I can't think of it. But Willard Scott, yeah, he was the one that did the birthday. Didn't he celebrate somebody's 100th birthday? If he was celebrating your birthday, you were pretty old. But anyway, good morning. So we're going to, let's see, what do we got on the list today? We'll talk about what we're doing for work today, which is Tuesday. It's my day in the field. We'll also talk about our second day at Watkins Glen, New York, up at Seneca Lake, which was a lot of fun. That's what we did this weekend. And then I'm working on another Revolutionary Minute. I started it last night. And we got Hump Day cocktail hour tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. You can also join our members, exclusive members. Become an exclusive member to the channel. You can do that as well. Give us a super chat, a super like, a super sticker, a super how do you do, a super good morning. You should come up with a super cup of Joe. That would be fun. But how's everything where you guys are? Let me know how you're doing. We had a good time this weekend. I know this weekend it looks like Miss Meg had a good time. It was her birthday, and it looks like they celebrated in prime fashion, which was good. So happy birthday to Meg, and happy birthday to anybody else that I haven't seen. Look who is here. Someone sneaking in. Shh, don't tell. Do what you got to do, my friend. You do what you need to do and take care of business. I like your hat, by the way, in that photograph. And I like your mustache too. Styling, buddy. You look good. But do what you got to do. We understand, and you'll be back in when you're good and ready. I know that. So, but yeah, how was everybody? How was your weekends? So we went up to Watkins Glen. We went to scenic Seneca Lake, and we spent the weekend there. We stayed at a KOA campground that was that was very very near the lake. It was probably 2 or 3 miles away from the lake, and I'm just trying to pull up the map so you guys can see it. There you go. So there's the town of Watkins Glen, and the KOA was I don't know if we can see it here. It was on this road here, 414. Do you folks camp? Do you go to KOAs? Do you have an RV? An RV is our thing. I don't see it on this map, but it was up here on Route 114, or I'm sorry, at 414, and it was nice. It was a nice, quaint little place, really geared towards families. So that's the Watkins Glen / Cornish KOA campground. The sites were beautiful. They had really nice sites. Ours had a nice cement pad that had a patio set on it, and a really nice fire ring. Some of the ones that campsites they had gazebos and swinging benches, and there was a lot for the kids to do there. They had a nice playground, a pirate ship thing, and water slide, and a couple pools, an indoor-outdoor pool. This big balloon that you blow up and they put in the ground, and the kids were bouncing on that. A lot of fun. Steve and Tina here. Good morning, guys. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. If you want, you can share your links in the chat and go over and support each other. We are not sub for sub, as you know, but go in and support each other. If you haven't gone over and checked out each other's channels, make sure you go over and watch a video, at least 3 or 4 minutes long. Watch the whole thing. Leave a legitimate comment on the video. Like the video. Click on a couple to watch in your I'll watch later list. And then if you like what they're doing, go ahead over and become part of the family. But Paul says, I got sleepy from your camping photos. Yeah, we were hanging out by the fire. I enjoy a cigar and a glass of scotch, so I think there was a couple of those photos in there. We shared some of I know Colleen had shared some of the camper and some of the wine drinking in the vineyards we went to. Let me go back over to the map. So yesterday I talked about what we did on Friday. We went Thursday night. We arrived late. It poured rain. We were lucky. We just got the camp set up, and we're inside enjoying our first cocktail of the weekend, and it started to pour. So they had a great staff. There was a gentleman there that met us. It was about 10:30 at night and brought us right to our site and was like, hey, look, hurry up. There's a big storm about to hit us. And he wasn't wrong. It came quick. So Saturday morning, we woke up, or yesterday I talked about our first day, Friday, and some of the vineyards and the distillery that we went to. Let me tell you something. Drinking wine and trying wine at vineyards, it's interesting. I've never done anything like that before. And I understand now why. If you've ever been to a wine tasting, they have like this bucket that you take one little sip and then you're supposed to dump the rest out. Yeah, I continued to drink what was left in the glass. So I can understand why they have that bucket to dump the rest out. It was interesting. So Saturday, I'm trying to get over to this lake over here. This is Keuka, I believe that's how you say it. We drove over to that first thing in the morning. And or actually, we went over to 14A and we went to this Windmill Farm craft market. which was that was interesting. It's a lot of it's a flea market, but they have new products as well. A lot of farm made products, a lot of bakery items. The Amish and Mennonite people are over there selling their stuff. It was interesting. There wasn't a whole lot we were really into, but we walked around and I filmed that. A lot of interesting people, which was cool. A lot of fun people. But then we headed up and we made it over to Route 30, which is here. And we stopped here at the, and I hope I say this right, Keuka Springs Vineyard. It was just a place we saw and we were like, hey, let's stop there. It was super chill, Paul. It was a nice place. Really good for families, I'll tell you. It was very family oriented. They had live music on Saturday night and just a lot of really nice people there. John says, my son has done wine tours. They charter a bus and that takes you to a bunch of wineries. Yeah, the bus may be a good idea, especially if you were like me and drinking all the wine. But we stopped off first thing after the trip to Windmill Farm, and we went to this Keuka Springs Vineyard. And I'll tell you, out of the 5 we went to, that was in my top 2. The wine was delicious. The prices are competitive. The people there were a lot of fun. Our server, this man John, and you'll see him in the video when we end up editing and putting the video out there. This guy was great. He was a lot of fun. He was quirky. He really explained the wine, and we ended up coming home with, I think we bought 5 or 6 bottles there. It was good. It was a good time. So that was a lot of fun there. Keuka Springs, I think is how you say it, but I'm not sure on that. So don't beat me up. So then we followed 54 and we crossed over 54 this way through the town of Penn Yan. And we made it over to Dresden and back over to Seneca Lake. And then Colleen and I pretty much just drove up around the lake and we stopped up in Geneva. This is where Seneca Lake State Park is. And there's a visitor center right here at Lakefront Park. I had packed a picnic lunch and we sat here and ate lunch. And there was some live music there. There was this really awesome musician. He was a bass player and he was playing to some pre-recorded tracks. And let me tell you, this guy was awesome. I mean, I'm a bass player myself and this guy was cranking. It was great. So we sat there, we looked at the boats and had lunch. And then we pretty much made our way and moseyed around. And we were kind of taking it easy as far as we didn't stop at any of the other vineyards because we had Friday, we kind of whooped it up. So, but we followed the east side of the lake down, and then we went back into Seneca. I'm sorry, we went back into Watkins Glen. Let me zoom out a little. We headed back into Watkins Glen, which is way down here. And in this area here is, let's see, right here, Horsehead Brewing in Seneca. And there's harbor, here it is, the harbor station. There's a boat dock here. You can go, Captain Bill has some charters where you can take a chartered boat ride on this, almost like a big, not a paddle wheel boat, but that size. John says Geneva is a nice. We have picnic at that park too. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really, really nice. I mean, it's beautiful. But here, Captain Bill's, we didn't charter the boat, but you can. We hung out. We went to the Seneca Harbor Station, which there's Zoltar. I actually took a picture of Zoltar. And let's see, can that picture come up? Yeah, remember him? I wish I was big. But we saw Zoltar, and we hung out at the harbor station, had a couple drinks and some appetizers, and then made our way back to the campsite, and we chilled out. I cooked supper, and then we went and we watched the live band. They had this country music band, so we watched those guys for a little bit. And then we went back to our campsite and we chilled by the fire, had a cigar, a couple more cocktails, and just chilled. It was nice. And then got ready to prepare for the next day to pack up and drive back home. So that was our trip this weekend. The driving the RV, which I've done several times, mostly local, but that's something that you have to plan extra time for because it's big and it's heavy. I was towing the Jeep this time, which went really well, by the way. Really no problems. I need to figure out, though, the braking system. I have this Patriot braking system, and it wouldn't work. I don't know what was up with it, but it wouldn't work. Honestly, the Jeep doesn't weigh that much, so I barely even knew it was there. It tracked well behind the RV. Nice thing is having that backup camera as I watched the Jeep the whole ride, and it was a lot of great fun. A lot of great fun there. So if you get a chance and you want to go up to Watkins Glen, we didn't go to the state park, so we're going to have to go back. I hear that's a lot of fun, but we just didn't have enough time. There was not enough time. All right, so I've bored you enough with that. So let's do this. This Week in History. For some reason, it keeps repeating itself today. This Week in History is brought to you by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check out Revive Furniture and Home Decor for all your home decor needs. They're right here in southern New Hampshire, and they have an online store. You can see it in the Chiron right there at the bottom, Revive Furniture and Home Decor.com. You can order mail order stuff, and they have a lot of really, really great things. So go and check them out. So this week in history, we're gonna go all the way back and reel back to the beginning of time, before the dinosaurs. No, so we're gonna start in 1834. English romantic poet and literary critic Samuel Taylor Coleridge died. Has anybody heard of Samuel Taylor Coleridge? I have not. But in 1834, he passed away. Rest in peace, sir. In 1868, the U.S. Congress formed the Wyoming Territory. The Wyoming Territory. Tatonga. Anybody remember that? Tatonga. I like how you travel, always leave something unseen, right? I need to go back and see the state park. We just never went. So that's and that's I guess the nice thing, right? So you leave something so that you can go back and visit again. In 1898, the U.S. forces under General Nelson A. Miles invaded Puerto Rico during the Spanish-American War. Spanish-American War, and isn't that where Teddy Roosevelt was that San Juan Hill? Pretty sure. Right, Paul? Exactly. That way we can go back. I need to come down south now, come to Georgia. I've only driven through Georgia. I've never visited. I would like to go to Savannah. I hear that's a beautiful city or town. In 1906, Johnny Hodges, a jazz alto saxophonist, who was featured soloist in Duke Ellington's orchestra, known for his brilliant improvisational sense of composition, was born. in Cambridge, Massachusetts. In 1919, a member of the Foreign Ministry of the newly formed Soviet government, Lev Karakan, issued the Karakan Manifesto, in which he offered to relinquish all Soviet claims to the special rights and privileges in China won by the Russian Tsarist government. In 1952, Puerto Rico attained its own government as a Commonwealth of the United States, which it still is today. Thank you, Shirley. That's right. Smash it hard, that like button. Don't forget to share the stream out. That way we let people know that we're here. We are on Facebook as well. So in 1965, at the Newport, Rhode Island Folk Festival, American singer and songwriter Bob Dylan initially eschewed his acoustic guitar to go electric. The controversial performance is considered one of the most pivotal moments in the history of rock and roll. Oh my gosh. Sacrilege. He put his acoustic down and picked up an electric. Are you kidding me? Folk players don't play electric guitar. That's crazy. The demons must have come out and the sun was eclipsed and cats and dogs were living together and all of that stuff. Can't imagine. Folk player putting his acoustic down, picking up an electric. And now we got acoustic electrics like that one over my my right shoulder right there. As many as well as others I have. In 1978, Lewis Brown, the first human conceived using a vitro fertilization, was born in England. In vitro, right? Or vitro. In vitro fertilization. Thank you. I'll get it right. It'll take me a couple of tries. Thank you, Sharon, for smashing that button. I don't know why they're called the Commonwealth. It's like Massachusetts. It's the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It's a state. Puerto Rico, though, isn't an official state. They would be the 51st. But they're certainly a Commonwealth. I don't know, Paul. That's a good question. That is the question of the day. Someone look that up. Why are some states called a Commonwealth? In 1984, Soviet cosmonaut Svetlana Yevgenyeva became the first woman to walk in space in 1984. How do you walk in space if there's nothing underneath you? Wouldn't she be the first woman to float in space? Right? That's food for thought. You know, first person to walk on the moon, first person to walk on Mars, if that ever happens. But in space, you're not walking in space. You don't walk in water. You swim. So wouldn't that be the first woman to float in space? I don't know. Food for thought. In the year 2000, a Concorde supersonic airplane, Air France Flight 4590, crashed outside of Paris, killing all 109 people on board and 4 others on the ground. The event was believed to have hastened the end of all Concorde operations 3 years later. Has anyone we know, flown on the Concorde? I don't know. 2007, Indian lawyer and politician Pratibha Patil was sworn in as president of India, becoming the first woman to hold the office. Notable birthdays in 1894. Walter Brennan. You remember Walter Brennan? He was an actor. Starred with many people, such as John Wayne. Wasn't he on the Real McCoys TV show? Wasn't that Walter? I think that was Walter Brennan. That was my sad attempt at at doing a Walter Brennan impression. In 1894, Gavrilo Princip, a Slavic nationalist, was born. In 1920, Rosalind Franklin, a British scientist, was born. 1941, Emmett Till, American murder victim. American murder victim? He was born. 1954, Walter Payton, American football player, American great football player, was born. And in July 25th, 1844, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Thomas Eakins, an American painter, was born. And our featured event in 1814, American advance into Canada, halted by British troops near Niagara Falls. On this day in 1814, British troops commanded by General Phineas Ryle thwarted an invasion of Canada by a U.S. force under General Jacob Brown in the Battle of Lundy's Lane during the War of 1812. Who knows? Canada could have been part of the United States if that was not thwarted by British General Phineas Ryle. But there you go. So that's all I got. That's all I got for this. This Week in History. And like I said, This Week in History is brought to you by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check them out at revivefurnitureandhomedecor.com. And if you head over there, leave them a comment and a message and tell them that Jimmy, your Stu Torres, sent you. That would be fantabulous if you did that. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can go over to our paypal.me/TheAstutetourist and leave us a donation. We would appreciate your support there. 100% of that donation goes directly to the channel, minus Uncle Sam's portion, because our good old uncle, he's got to get his too, right? If you want to get yourself some swag, head over to the Spring Store, our Teespring store. There's the link there for that. Head on over and get yourself a swell coffee mug, a t-shirt, a beach bag, a pint glass. There's all kinds of good stuff over there. So check it out. Cheers, everybody. Good morning. Let's see, what do we got? It's 33 minutes past the hour, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go over to the comments, see what we missed. All right, so let's see. T simply means they've adopted the British term of providing for the common good or the commonwealth of its citizens. Thank you, John. There you go. Let's put that up there. It simply means they've adopted the British term of providing for the common good or the commonwealth of the citizens. So I would think that most states, well, sure, most states used to do that. I don't know if they really do that now, but good Lord helps those who help themselves. That's what I say. That's Google's answer. Well, good old Uncle Google knows what he's talking about. The Concorde was too expensive and too loud. I've never flown on it myself, so never really cared. Gaylor's Uncle Google. My mother says, "You're right, John, and thank Uncle Google." Thank you, Uncle Google. Paul, thank you for that. Going over to our Teespring Creator Store. I'm assuming John is talking about Revive Furniture. They do have some really nice stuff. They're having a big sale, I think, right now too. So, because they're switching over, believe it or not, from spring and summer over to the fall apparel. It's crazy how retail works. We're right in the height of summer, but we're switching over to fall stuff. But hey, look, I don't work in retail, okay? I'm in the life-saving business. So I know nothing about retail, but that's what they do. But they do have a lot of really cool stuff there. And they are having a big sale right now. Go over and check some stuff out. I know that even if you went over and you didn't purchase anything, which I think you should, but if you don't, just leave them a message and let them know that the Astute Tourist has been talking about them, because I don't know how aware they are. I've officially taken them on as my sponsor, and I don't know if they're aware of that or not. Think I'll get in trouble? I don't think so. I'm currently working with one of the owners of Revive Furniture right now on a project that's kind of near and dear to my heart with history. I talked about it a little bit before, but it has to do with the Old North Church, and they are. I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to say refurbish, but they're working on some old doors that are in the church, and they kind of have a creepy thing, because they're the doors to the crypts in the basement of the church, where there are some notables buried there. They're not buried; they're kept. They're entombed in the crypts down below the church. And they're in the process of, there's 15 doors. And these doors are 300 years old. And they're not like the doors that go into the sanctuary or the side rooms upstairs where they get used and painted and whatever. These doors are down there, and they've been kept locked for probably 300 years. I think in the 1860s, they opened them up and did some repairs to them. But Richard, the owner of Revive Furniture, he's been chosen to do the work on these doors, and he has allowed me to be part of the documentation of it. So I find that pretty cool. There is a British major that is entombed under there. He was killed at the Battle of Bunker Hill. The first commander of the USS Constitution, or Old Ironsides. It's the oldest commissioned warship in the U.S. Navy. It's still there in Boston. He is entombed there. The very first pastor or minister of the Old North Church, he is there, as long as many other folks. And I think if you had the money and you were able to afford to be entombed there, you could pay the church and they would find a spot for you. So that's something that's coming up, which I find is pretty cool. So we're going to be bringing you some of those videos of that. So let's talk about something else that's near and dear to my heart. Helping Hands for Cruising. The Cruise-a-thon's coming up. Kevin is here from Tuberchat. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. We appreciate it. Hope you got a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something that you drink in the morning. Good to see you, though. Thanks for, and word up to you, sir. A very special word up to you. But we're talking about helpinghandsforcruising.org. If you're not familiar with Helping Hands, they provide the means for well-deserving people that may not be able to have the means or the physical abilities to be able to possibly go on a cruise of their own, thinking that they may not be able to go on a cruise of their own, and they provide the means to do that. They raise the funding to be able to send these good folks on a cruise vacation of a lifetime, a dream cruise vacation of a lifetime. And some folks that that you may know have been recipients of the Helping Hands for cruising, and one of them I always talk about, my good friend, the Ford Man, aka Kenneth Oakes. As you know, Kenny's from Tennessee. He'd never seen the ocean ever, and never mind been near it or put his feet on the sand of a beach. And Kenny was the very first recipient. And if you don't think it's well worth what they do, just ask Kenny. Go back and see some of the videos of him on the cruise. Can't stop that kid from smiling. And James L. Cantonese and his wife have been on there, and Scott and Amber from Kicking It Country, they've been on, and there'll be several more to come. So August 25th and 26th will be the Helping Hands for Cruising Cruisathon. Yours truly I'll be on at 10 a.m. on the 26th, which is a Saturday. But you should reach out to Miss Meg or to Crystal from Destination Delight. And if you want to be part of the fun and sponsor one of your own streams, that would be great. If not, just join us for the Cruisathon and help us raise our goal of $10,000. $10,000, I understand, will send 3 couples on these cruises. So it really would help out and make some people happy. So come early, stay late, and help us try to reach our goal of $10,000. So Billy from Bamanola is here. Good morning, Billy. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for dropping by. Hope the weather is fantastic where you're at. I love that picture, by the way. Is that a new picture? It's a great picture. Everybody's saying good morning. Everyone's saying good morning. Sharon's asking how you are doing. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that like out. And if you guys, like I said, if you want to put up your link to your channel, please do. I don't have any fancy hashtag, TAT, the Astute Tourist, but you certainly can go ahead and put your own link in there, and you can go over and support each other. And that's that. So what else is new? Today is a day in the field for me. I don't know what today holds for me. We were busy yesterday. There's a lot of stuff going on. The picture was taken on the Mardi Gras in February. That's a great picture. Really, it's nice. Look at that thing. That picture. It's a good-looking family right there. Good-looking crew. Kurt and Marsha, good morning to you. CME Traveling. Good to see you, my friend. I'm assuming you guys are going to be up at, 8 o'clock today? 8 a.m. EST, I believe. Right after Eddie Lugo Studios at 7:15. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. Everybody's saying good morning. Nick is still with us. Nick says, I picked my return flight from Australia next year, Jimmy. It's nearly a 16-hour flight from Sydney direct to Dallas, Texas. It's one of the world's longest flights in the world. 16 hours nonstop. Man, I hope you don't have restless leg syndrome. That would be crazy. What size plane you flying on? They even have 747s anymore? I've never been on one of those. I'd like to try that. Kurt and Marsha say yes, they'll be up at 8 o'clock this morning, so check them out if you haven't been over to their streams. The husband and wife team of CME Traveling, Kurt and Marsha, they're a fun group. So go over and check them out. Like I said, they'll be up right after Eddie Lugo. And Sharon is there. Seeing the notification from Eddie Lugos at 7:15 a.m. Our good old friend Eddie. Yo. Eddie in the house. But yeah, go over and check him out at 7:15, and then at 8 o'clock you can go over to Curtin Marshes at CME Traveling and follow them live. I do my best to try to at least pop in and say hello. It's tough because I get to work about 7:30, and if I'm not at my desk by that time, sometimes I miss them. I know the last few they had last week, I came in at like 8:35 and they were finished. They only do a half an hour, so I wasn't able to pop in, but I do my best to pop in and say hi. So, and I'm all about supporting each other. You know, we talk about that a lot. Supporting each other. We're a big community here, a good, friendly community. I like all of our community members, and it takes a village to succeed in life. And we are one big happy village. So support each other. Honestly, it's a good thing. Nick says Qantas is the airline. They don't have 747s. They're using 787-9 Dreamliners for this flight. 787-9. I'm interested in this now. Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Well, there you go. Let me pull that into the stream so we can see that. There you go, Nick. That's what you're going to be flying on. 787 Dreamliner. The industry's leading technology of the 787 Dreamliner has created remarkable opportunities for airlines around the world and dramatically improving the air travel experience. We call it the Dreamliner effect. The airplane's unparalleled fuel efficiency and range flexibility enables carriers to profitably open new routes as well as optimize fleet and network performance. And for their passengers, an experience like none other in the air, with more comfort and less fatigue. The Dreamliner effect. That's a better way to fly. There you have it. There you have it. The Dreamliner story. It looks like it's a big plane. I'm excited for you. It's going to be fun. I'd like to go to Australia someday. I think it would be a hoot. Yo, thanks. Yo, baby. John says, no thanks. If I can't drive, I will pass. You don't fly? You're not a flyer, John? Kevin saying hi to my mom. It's very tough to pop in on lives. I tend to do a lot of incognito, means I'm listening and have whoever playing while I'm busy. Yeah, lurking. I do the lurking and working thing. But every now and then I'll try to at least comment and say, hey, I'm here. Usually around 8 o'clock, if I can make it up to my desk. I'm looking at my schedule for the day. I'm going over notes and things for the work for the day, so I can always pop in and try to leave a comment. John says he'll take a bus or a train as well. I don't mind flying. I used to be a terrible flyer. I hated it. I did it just out of necessity, but I was a white knuckle flyer. Not so much anymore. Especially spending my last weekend in Melbourne with Sean and Alana, right? Yeah, that'll be a good time. John says, no, don't fly. Had to fly in the military and hated it. No more. Except a helicopter. That was fun. That's something I've never done, has been on a helicopter. Paul says, I don't fly unless I have to. Luckily, I don't ever have to. Mona is here. Good morning, Mona. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in, my friend. I just love that picture. Love your hat. Love your big smile. Nick says, my flight to Australia is really long as well. It's nearly 15-hour flight from Vancouver to Brisbane. Is that on a 787-9 Dreamliner as well? Thank you guys for that. Mr. Tranquillo is here. Good morning. You made it in before my sign off. We still got a few minutes left before we're out of here. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Hope the weather is good where you're at. Why the question mark, sir? Everything okay? I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're doing well. Have you been sailing? How about playing your guitar? I picked up my guitar, so I brought it camping with us. Picked it up once. I played it for a little bit. I picked it up again last night. I haven't played my guitar in months, I'll be honest, which is a bad thing. But I couldn't play for very long because I've lost the calluses on my fingertips and my fingers began to hurt. So I'm making it a point that every evening now I'm going to pick up my guitar and build up my strength again. I lost my chops. And I'm hoping that I can get ready for the fall and maybe go out and play some solo gigs. What do you think of that? Me doing solo stuff. I've always played in bands. Never really done many solo things. I did one last year, Christmas in October at the Revive Furniture Store. I was singing Christmas songs. The flight, yes, the flight is also on a 787 Dreamliner. I figured 15 hours, so it's probably the same plane that can handle it. All right, John, thank you for coming in. Say hi to Jody for us. You have a good day. I'll probably see you later. Mr. T says, yeah, I always catch you late because I'm on sailing for 6 weeks now in Croatia. When I find time and good connection, I just can join you guys. Anyway, I hope to catch you next time on time. No worries, my friend. Better late than never. It's always good to see you. And you enjoy your sailing in that. Very envious of you. Looks like you have a good time. Enjoy your time in Croatia. I look forward to the videos. Paul says, I hate to travel without a guitar, even if I don't play it. I always bring mine when we take the RV. And I'm the same way, whether I play it or not. You like to play it for fun as a pure amateur. Yeah, me too. Me too. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. How'd you like New Beginnings video yesterday? I watched a few of her videos. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the one where she has the volunteers in it. The French girl was cute. And I like the ruins that she has there on her property. I asked her some questions. She hasn't answered me yet. I believe you were playing like a pro as a pro. Oh, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm an old pro, I guess. I don't play as much as I used to or as much as I should. I'm not a fan of these extended flights, but it's a must to be able to get down under. Look, you bite the bullet, right, as they say. It's better than layovers and stopovers, and I think just suck it up. And me, as long as they serve booze on the plane, bring it on, man. Get yourself a few shots and go to sleep. Sharon saying take care to John. Good to see you too, my friend. You be safe out there. Careful on the water. The longest flight, Nick says the longest flight he's ever been on so far is from Atlanta to Munich. That was about 10 hours back in January of this year. That's right. You were over in Europe. I need to plan a trip to Europe. All this cruising stuff is nice and these trips in the RV, but I need to get over to the old country. I really do. All right, let's see. What time is it? It is 55 minutes past the big hour at 6 a.m. I think we're going to close it out here today. Bam is saying, everyone have a great day. Have a great day and night. Don't forget PMA, positive mental attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. And when I tell you I'm living proof that it works, believe me. If you're having trouble making it through the day or through your week, just remember, adopt a positive mental attitude and it will help. There are videos online that will help you, especially in YouTube. There are short meditation videos, short, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm telling you, put on a set of headphones and listen to the person's instructions, and it'll definitely help you through your day. It helps me. I'm here today, and I say here, breathing and living as a result of me listening to my friends and the people telling me that PMA does work, because it does. So that's why I say, please believe me, because I am living proof. Make a difference in somebody's day today. Smile at them, say a kind word, shake a hand, hug them if they're so inclined. Never know what somebody's going through. Everybody has a story. Sometimes them stories are not good stories. And you can change somebody for the better just by smiling at them. You can pay it forward if you want. Buy them a coffee, slice of pizza. Help them like Sharon has, carry their groceries out to somebody's car. It's the proverbial Boy Scout helping the old lady across the street. Does wonders for somebody's soul. And it's good for you. It's good karma. Good morning, Dad. Paul, I like what you're saying. We're talking about grounding and frequency. Remember, everything is made up of frequency. You are, my coffee cup is, the planet is energy, it's frequency, and that's all of us. There's good frequency and there's bad. There's positive and there's negative, right? Put your feet in your skin. Connect with the earth. Connect with our mother. It really does help. It sounds hokey, but it helps. Start a garden if you don't have one. Get your hands in the dirt. Wear a pair of shorts. Get those knees and those hands in there. Bare feet, like Paul said. Go out and go for a walk through the grass at night. I'm telling you, grounding works. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. It works. Also, think about and say a prayer for our first responders. They're out there every day keeping us safe and healthy. They're working selflessly 24/7 to make sure that we're in good shape. That goes for our men and women of the fire service, the police department, our healthcare workers, EMS, and the like. They're out there working for us, and keeping us safe. That goes for our men and women of the armed forces. They're on the proverbial wall every day, keeping us safe as well. Last but not least, honor that big, beautiful flag that we have, that red, white, and blue. I love that flag. I respect it. Honor what it means. That's freedom and liberty. This is why I do a revolutionary minute. I want to remind people of our beginnings in this country and what is most important. We're losing things today. People have no clue, especially the kids, have no clue of why we're here and how we got started, and the things and the struggles that the people that lived here were going through. Do you want to repeat that? I don't. So honor that flag and teach the youngins. Teach them our history. This is not a plug, but show them a revolutionary minute. There will be more. Teach them about our beginnings in this country. It's important. God bless America, and God bless all of you guys. All right, we're going to go over at 7:15 and check out Eddie Lugo. Give him a big astute tourist raid. I'm going to get ready to go to work. Don't forget CME Traveling at 8 o'clock as well. We'll see them over there. And I'm sure Jeremy and Cheryl and Eddie and them will be doing some live streaming throughout the day. Those guys are like the Energizer Bunnies, man. They're live all the time. I don't know how they do it, but like I said, God bless you and God bless America. I love you guys. I'm out of here. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. Deep down, way down. You know who I am. I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Hump Day Cocktail Hour at 6 p.m. Love you guys. Bye-bye.